Your leg snaps with a sickening crack. The pain is instant. You collapse onto the cold ground, unable to stand. A few meters away, another member of your tribe clutches his swollen jaw, barely able to eat. Suddenly, someone screams. A venomous snake has buried its fangs into a hunter's arm. There are no doctors, no hospitals, no medicine, no ambulances rushing to help. Only your tribe and whatever knowledge they have managed to keep alive for thousands of years. Today, a broken bone means a trip to the emergency room. A toothache can be treated in a single appointment. Even a dangerous snake bite often has a chance of survival thanks to modern medicine. But for ancient humans, every injury carried a terrifying question. Would you live or would you die? Survival didn't depend on luck alone. It depended on experience. Every mistake cost lives. Every successful treatment became knowledge passed from one generation to the next. Long before anyone understood bacteria, viruses, or anatomy, ancient people were already experimenting. Some ideas worked surprisingly well. Others ended in tragedy. Imagine living 40,000 years ago. Every morning begins with danger, hunting giant animals, crossing rocky hills, climbing steep cliffs, walking through forests filled with predators. One careless step could change everything. A broken leg wasn't simply painful. It could mean the end. Without the ability to walk, you couldn't hunt. You couldn't gather food. You couldn't escape predators. Even finding water became impossible. Alone, your chances of survival dropped almost to zero. But ancient humans were rarely alone. Archaeological discoveries reveal something remarkable. Scientists have found skeletons of prehistoric people whose broken bones healed completely despite severe injuries. Some individuals survived for years after fractures that should have left them helpless. This tells us something extraordinary. Someone cared for them. While one person hunted, another carried water. Someone gathered food. Others protected the injured member from predators. Survival became a responsibility shared by the entire tribe. Yet caring for an injured person wasn't enough. A badly broken bone had to heal correctly. If the leg twisted into the wrong position, the person might never walk normally again. Ancient humans couldn't see inside the body. They had no X-rays, no casts, no surgeons. Still, they found solutions using only the materials nature provided. Straight branches became splints. Flexible strips of bark and plant fibers held injured limbs in place. Animal hides created strong bindings that kept broken bones from moving too much during healing. It wasn't perfect, but sometimes it was enough to save a life. The first doctors in human history never wore white coats. They wore animal skins, and their classroom was survival itself. Broken bones were among the most dangerous injuries an ancient human could suffer, not because the bone itself always killed them, but because everything that came after often did. A hunter who couldn't walk could no longer provide food. A parent with a shattered leg could no longer protect their children. Every sunrise became another fight against hunger, cold, and predators. Modern archaeologists have discovered healed fractures in skeletons that are more than 40,000 years old. Some injuries were so severe that survival would have been impossible without help from others. These discoveries reveal something extraordinary. Compassion may have saved human lives long before medicine ever existed. When someone was injured, the entire tribe changed its routine. Hunters brought extra meat. Gatherers searched for edible roots and berries. Elders stayed beside the injured person, making sure they survived another night. Caring for the weak wasn't kindness alone. It protected the future of the tribe. Every experienced hunter, toolmaker, or elder carried knowledge that could not be replaced. To keep a broken limb from moving, straight branches were placed on both sides of the injury. Flexible bark, leather strips, and the strong plant fibers held everything together. The goal wasn't to make the leg perfect. It was simply to keep the bones as still as possible while nature slowly repaired them. Healing took weeks, sometimes months. During that time, infection, starvation, and wild animals remained constant threats. One mistake could undo everything, yet many survived. Their healed bones still tell that story thousands of years later. But not every injury was visible. Sometimes the greatest pain came from something no one else could see. A single tooth. Today, tooth pain is usually solved in a dental clinic. For ancient humans, it could become a nightmare lasting weeks. Cavities slowly reached the nerve inside the tooth. Cracks exposed sensitive tissue. Infections spread through the jaw. Eating became unbearable. Sleeping became almost impossible. Scientists examining prehistoric skulls have found worn teeth, broken teeth, severe infections, and even massive abscesses. Some people lived for years while carrying painful dental disease. Every meal reminded them of it. Without painkillers or antibiotics, ancient humans relied entirely on nature. Certain plants contained natural chemicals that could temporarily numb pain or reduce inflammation. Tree resins, bitter roots, and medicinal leaves were chewed or pressed against aching gums. These remedies rarely cured the problem, but they sometimes helped people survive another day. When the pain became unbearable, there was only one remaining option: removing the tooth. And the way they did it might surprise you. No one knows exactly how the first tooth was removed. There were no dental chairs, no anesthetics, and no steel instruments. But archaeological evidence suggests that ancient people sometimes used sharpened bone, stone tools, or simple wooden wedges to loosen damaged teeth. The process was slow, painful, and incredibly dangerous. Yet for someone living with constant agony, the risk was sometimes worth taking. Not every attempt ended well. An open wound inside the mouth could become infected. Without antibiotics, even a small infection sometimes spread through the body. A single tooth had the power to end a life. For thousands of years, ancient humans learned which plants soothed pain, which ones reduced swelling, and which were poisonous. That knowledge wasn't written in books. It lived inside the memories of elders. Every generation passed those lessons to the next, because forgetting them could mean death. But even a terrible toothache wasn't always the greatest threat, hiding in the wild. Sometimes death arrived without warning. You step through tall grass while searching for food. The forest is quiet. Birds suddenly stop singing. Before you can react, you feel a sharp burning pain shoot through your arm. A snake. Your heart begins racing. Fear spreads even faster than the venom. The members of your tribe rush toward you, knowing that every second now matters. Not every snake was venomous, but ancient humans had no reliable way to know which bite was harmless and which could become fatal. They had only experience, observation, and the stories passed down by those who survived before them. Many tribes immediately tried to slow the injured person's movement. Running could make venom spread faster through the body. Instead, they kept the victim as calm and as still as possible, while others searched for herbs, water, or shelter. Different cultures developed different remedies. Some applied crushed plants to the wound. Others wrapped the bite with clean plant fibers or animal hide. Modern science shows that many traditional treatments probably had little effect against venom itself, but keeping the victim still could sometimes improve the chances of survival, especially after bites from certain snakes. Even then, survival depended on something no tribe could fully control: the type of snake, the amount of venom, and a little luck. Some people recovered after only a few painful days, others never woke up again. Ancient humans understood this harsh reality better than anyone. Nature could be generous one moment and unforgiving the next. Yet despite every danger, humanity survived. And the reason says more about our ancestors than any weapon they ever built. For hundreds of thousands of years, humans survived without hospitals, ambulances, or trained doctors. They survived because they observed, they remembered, they shared what worked and abandoned what failed. Every healed wound became another lesson. Every mistake became a warning for the next generation. This was the beginning of medicine, not inside a laboratory, but around a campfire. Long before books existed, knowledge traveled through stories. Parents taught their children which plants eased pain. Elders explained how to set broken bones. Hunters remembered where dangerous snakes lived and how to avoid them. Their greatest tool wasn't a weapon, it was experience. Modern archaeology continues to uncover evidence of this remarkable knowledge. Healed fractures, ancient surgical procedures, and traces of medicinal plants discovered at prehistoric sites all point toward the same conclusion. Early humans understood far more about survival than we often imagine. They didn't know the science behind disease, but they learned through thousands of years of careful observation. Some researchers even believe that caring for injured tribe members helped humans become more cooperative as a species. A person who survived a serious injury could still teach children, make tools, prepare food, or share valuable hunting experience. Saving one life often strengthened the entire community. Of course, many treatments failed. Countless people died from infections that are easily cured today. A simple cut could become deadly. A broken bone could heal incorrectly forever. A snake bite could end a life within hours. Ancient medicine wasn't magical. It was limited, imperfect, and often heartbreaking. Yet every generation became slightly wiser than the one before it. Slowly, those discoveries accumulated. One useful plant, one stronger splint, one safer way to clean a wound, one lesson passed from an elder to a child. Over thousands of years, those small improvements laid the foundation for everything we now call medicine. Today, we trust hospitals, surgeons, and modern technology to save our lives. But every medical breakthrough in history exists because someone, thousands of years ago, refused to stop learning from nature. The first healers had no degrees. They had no laboratories. They had only courage, observation, and an endless determination to keep the people they loved alive. Looking back, it's easy to think our ancestors were primitive, but surviving in their world demanded intelligence, patience, and cooperation beyond what most of us will ever experience. Every sunrise brought another danger. Every injury became another test, and every person who survived carried knowledge that might save someone else tomorrow. The next time you walk into a hospital, remember this. Modern medicine didn't appear overnight. It began with frightened people sitting beside a fire, trying everything they could to save someone they loved. Those first healers never imagined that one day their simple ideas would grow into the hospitals, medicines, and surgeries that protect billions of lives today. Without them, the story of humanity might have ended long before civilization ever began.